Now I have my drawing completely shaded with the different values. I've converted the lightest values into, or the lightest colors into light values, the darkest colors into dark values. And this is the point where I start thinking about light and shadow. On this one, I'm going to imagine that the light is coming from up above, leaving the shadows down below. When it comes to putting in the shadows, I'm going to have to darken some of the areas with my pencil. And I want to take a moment to talk about pencils. The HB pencil, or number 2 pencil that we usually use in school, creates a pretty even gray tone like this one here. There are other pencils that are softer than the HB pencil. They're marked as a 2B, a 4B, or a 6B. And I have a 6B pencil that I used to shade in this area here. And I think you can tell that it is darker. A softer pencil gives you a darker tone or a darker value. I used the same pressure on this one that I used before. There are also harder pencils. I think you can tell on the camera that the 4H pencil gives a slightly lighter tone. That's pretty handy if you have those pencils and you want to create different values. I'm going to be using a 6B pencil to put down some shadow at the bottom edge of my roll of candy. The hope is that it will make my drawing look even more three-dimensional, as if there's a shadow underneath. Just a touch of extra value. Now you can do this with a regular pencil. You may have to press a little bit harder in order to make it happen, but it can be done. Now you can also use your eraser. Your eraser can also be a value tool. We can lighten the values by pulling some of that graphite back off with our eraser. I want to blend the value so that I don't get a stark line right across there. Hopefully it looks a little bit more rounded now, a little more three-dimensional because of the shadow and the highlight that I've added in.
Even though it's subtle, I think you can see that the extra value adds shadow, a little more depth, makes it a little rounder. Now it's your turn to use value to add shadow to your drawing.